right, we're back with another podcast.
I'm so excited.
Well, I guess Brady, we could introduce our guest.
Yeah, we got a surprise guest here. You obviously have no idea who they are.
All the
My
way
first
from Tennessee.
Ew, no.
Whoa, easy on Tennessee. I have friends there.
Oh, all the way from Malibu, Julia.
Yay!
Oh. Julia, take a curtsy. Take a bow.
Okay. Just did. I'm actually, I'm actually not in Malibu anymore. I'm in Santa Monica, back to my hometown.
Oh, you are in Tennessee.
Oh, nope. Not at all. I'm in Santa Monica, California,
Well,
right next to the Santa Monica Pier. You've all seen it in your movies.
In
turn to
our
page
movies.
6 in your movies, and you'll see it right there.
I mean,
Yeah.
we've just been doing a podcast. I mean,
You're a little busy with that. Yeah. Now what? What do we do now? I'm so excited.
So wait, Santa Monica, is that Claus's daughter?
I miss these jokes so much. Oh my gosh. No, Brady. It's Saints. It's named after Saint Monica, some chick who was on a mission to California back in whatever history time that was in.
whatever history. That was a good time.
Yeah, it sounds like some rich history.
Yeah.
Did
Yep.
it work? Did the mission to California work?
I think so.
Is California saved?
We try. There's a lot of churches.
That's true. I've heard that.
Yeah, there's like literally churches on every corner. But
Did you hear that California might join Canada?
I doubt that.
So you don't want to be a part of us?
No, I think you guys are great.
So is that a yes?
I feel like
mixed signals here.
I feel like you're twisting my words. No, we're not. We don't want to be part of Canada.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's all I gotta know. No, that's fine, because this I read an article about it, and I'm like,
Uh-huh.
yeah, that'd be cool, but like if California, like they already have a bigger population than us, so we
Yeah.
would over double in size if we picked up the West Coast.
That's wild. Yeah, I don't think you guys want us. Actually, we have quite the issues down here.
Whoa. You heard it here first, California's all
I love
Oh.
that line. You heard it here first. Every time you guys say it, I laugh.
Oh man. Wait, so are you doing like the seminar thing?
Seminary?
Yeah.
Right?
Those are completely different things.
Seminary, alliteration.
That's funny. Yeah. Okay. Whose phone is that always rings in the podcast? The little zoop zoop.
Well, I don't know if it's mine.
Did it just go off?
Yeah.
Oh, that's mine, yeah.
Oh,
Brady, so popular.
Brady.
It's on vibrate, but for some reason it still goes through. I don't know why.
No, it is. You just hear like it vibrating on the table or something.
Well,
Whoa, like just threw off our whole podcast vibe. Crap.
Oh.
yeah, seriously. But back to seminary.
Yeah.
Yeah, back to the seminar.
Yeah. I don't. Do I respond on the seminar or seminary? I'm in seminary. I just finished my second quarter. It's been going really well. The class I just took was my favorite class I've ever taken in my entire life, like in education and in school. So it's going really well. I'm liking it.
That's rad. What class is your favorite?
Yeah. So this class was called The Practices of Community. So it was a 10-week course, and the whole time it was just different spiritual disciplines. We walked through just different spiritual disciplines that create community well. So it was really cool.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, how
That's
long
right.
does that go for then? That you'd be doing this?
So every class, so we're on the quarter system, and if I were to take full-time loads, it would be like a 2 year, 2 year study. But since I'm not taking full courses, it might take me close to 9 years. Um,
It's
so it
a
just,
it's a lot of quarters.
yeah, yeah, but that would be like one class at a time, you know. It just depends on work, I guess. Um, yeah, yeah. I like it. It'll be fun.
That's right.
Yeah,
What's the seminary called? Is it a famous one?
yeah. It's Fuller Theological Seminary, so it's one of
Ooh.
the bigger ones
So
in
that's the one where what's his name went?
who?
I can't remember.
uh,
Oh.
I don't know. Some guy that
yeah.
said something. Yeah.
It's
Well,
Yeah, some guy that says some
yeah,
things. Yeah,
yeah.
the classic.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of. It's a pretty big one. They have their main course here in California in Pasadena, but
mhm.
they have courses or they have schools all over America, and it's a very international school. So a lot of like people come here just to go there, or
Oh
like
wow.
one of my classes was online, and there's people in New Zealand and people in Spain, and like there's me and like people in Tennessee, and I don't know Tennessee, but
Oh,
Oh,
Alabama
that's
or
pretty
something.
Tennessee!
good.
Shout
I don't
out.
know. Yeah.
Just,
So there, it was really cool just to have everyone, the people from everywhere in there. It was so very YWAM. Yeah.
actually, that's so
Dang,
cool.
that's right.
Having
Yeah,
like
it was
the
cool.
crazy
And then
group.
you said you were working at the same time. Was that at the church or with the cross
Um,
stuff, or what were you doing
yeah.
there?
Um, yeah, work has been kind of interesting the past year. Can you guys believe it's been almost exactly a
Like
year since we
over a
came back?
year.
Yeah, over a year
That's
now, like a
crazy.
year and 2 weeks or something.
And me and Darcy still haven't moved on.
Well,
Uh,
I love it. I love that you guys still like bring community back.
it's all we know.
I
It's like,
miss it. I love it.
what are we gonna do this weekend? Well, we should probably talk to some YWAM people. It's the only friends I have.
It's so great. I can't tell you how much I've loved the podcast. Like it's just been so good for me to hear everyone's voices, and it's just fun.
Yeah, and it's actually been like pretty sweet. I don't remember how we
Yeah.
started. What do we even say? We're just like, let's podcast.
No, I think like we called one night and we were just like, man, our phone calls are like really good.
Oh, that's right.
And then we were like, should we just like try to say exactly that same thing but like record it? And then we
Yeah.
did, and we were like, okay, that one
So
sounds stupid.
funny.
So then I think we started it again after that.
Well, yeah, because like the first time we were like, what do we? You know, it's weird when you're trying to record yourself talking and you're just like, what do I say?
Yeah. There's definitely been some awkward moments in them, but it's been so
Whoa.
fun. I think didn't Caitlin comment on your first video something like, "Why do I feel like I just listened to a phone call between Darcy and Brady?"
Yeah.
Like that was a legit comment. Yeah,
Well,
it's
she did say
so
she
fun. I
loved it
love it.
though.
I love them all.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you.
actually so fun.
Yeah,
Big fan. Yeah,
you're
it's good to hear.
welcome.
Good
Yeah,
to hear someone
yeah,
listen to it
huge
besides
fan.
our moms, yeah.
I mean, if one person is listening, I'm your one person.
Oh
Oh,
man.
no,
I
like
think.
even Joel says he's a big fan too, so I think we got more than we think.
Yeah, awesome. Oh,
Hey.
good. Yeah, it's fun listening to everyone.
Yeah, well, it's nice to like
Yeah,
kind of hear what everyone's up to and like know what's going on.
yeah. And it's cool that everyone gets to hear what's going on if they desire to. So.
If they listen, I mean, if they know about it. I mean, sometimes you find people that don't know there's a podcast going on.
Yeah, didn't Lauren like not even know about it?
Yeah, that's like the
That's
first
so
thing she says in the podcast. She's like, wait, you guys are doing a podcast?
She thought she was in on like a big joke. It was kind of funny.
yeah.
Yeah, she's like, no, you guys are messing with me.
That's
She's like, we're not
that's so
podcasting.
funny.
Oh man, that's so funny.
That's funny.
You know, Julia, this is about you. You're not giving us too much on
Oh,
Oh
sorry.
yeah,
on your life
should we
here.
just
I've
start
been
throwing
waiting
out the
for that
questions?
question.
Okay.
What's that?
What was the hardest thing after leaving YWAM? Like to
Hardest
adjust
thing
to
after
adjust
leaving
to
work.
being back.
A jump start. Yeah. It was all pretty difficult. Well, no, I think work was the hardest for me because I got back and I was just replaced in all my work, and um, which meant I had no money. And that was something that I was very comfortable before, and I came back and I was like, oh, I don't need money to survive. I'm a YWAMer, and
That is such a good thing to hear. Oh man.
yeah, and I think when I was just reflecting on one of my prayers when I got back. It was like, Lord, give me no more and no less than what I need, and the Lord really answered that prayer, and it was just not an easy time to go through. I felt very provided for. Like a family was like, the week I got back actually was like, Julia, come live with us, and I was like, what? And they're like, we want you to live with us, and I was just so confused, and I was like, well, you guys know, I'm like, yes, I want to, but I don't have any money and I don't have a job. They're like, we don't care, come live with us, and I was like, for how long? And they're like, we don't care, and so I lived there I just moved out 2 weeks ago, and so that's a whole year that I lived with a family that wasn't my like blood family, and they didn't care, and I didn't pay them very much. Like I gave what I could, and I tried to wash dishes as much as I could and hang out with their daughter as much as I could, but they asked for nothing, and I was very provided for. And then just by like them and everyone else around too, like I always had plenty. So, well, I always had enough, not plenty, but yeah. So it was a tough year in that, but um, I after it really did take about a year to find work that I enjoy. So yeah, things are good now.
Yeah, finally kind of get back into the swing of things.
Yeah, yeah. I was applying for a lot of jobs, and um, just felt like, dang, like I'm a qualified girl, and I like want to go places. Why won't anyone hire me? And like I ended up working at a grocery store, and I'd never worked in like food service before, and that was just a really toxic place for me. And I don't know, just a lot of different like little things. And I was applying for a ton of great jobs, and like was getting interviews and was going on interviews, and like last minute like things wouldn't fall through, and I was applying to different churches, and I finally got hired at this church a block away from where I grew up, and I just think like God directed it all, so it's been really good in that. So yeah.
Yeah, man, that's actually so good.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like how it all like worked out after you got back.
Yeah. Well, a year after we got back, but yeah. I mean, yeah, even right when I got back, like God's hand was on it for sure. So not my way, but
Yeah, no, it's because I don't know. It's actually just the first, I don't know, several months getting back is just like so, trying to get a job again and just adjust to
yeah,
everything is like so hard.
yeah,
It's
definitely,
like the worst. It's like, oh man,
yeah,
get a job, like job searching, just not finding anything.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
It's not easy, but it's like anything not easy. It's worth doing, I think.
yeah, I know, because it's like, yeah, when you look back on it and then you see like the jobs that you finally got, how it worked out so well.
Yeah,
And it's like, well, if I would have got something else, then it would have sucked. Like,
yeah, for sure.
you would have been stuck in something.
Yeah,
But at the time, you're like, oh, I haven't had work for a couple months, and you're like, this is the worst thing ever.
yeah, yeah. Actually, though, yeah,
I know, I did that
yeah,
like a couple times. I mean, I first got back a couple months before I got the camp job, and then camp job was over, and then it was like another couple months of no work, and you're just like, oh, life is terrible. I got no work.
yeah, yeah. It's weird, huh?
Yeah, but then it's just like at the end you're like, oh look, there's a plan. Now I
Yeah,
got like
yeah,
the best job ever, and
actually.
everything's going good, and you're like, oh, maybe I should just learn to be a little bit more patient.
Yeah, yeah, actually.
Oh
Yeah,
man, dang, that's
it
so good.
works out when we do it God's way.
Yeah,
Whoa. Yeah, that's
Brady.
Whoa. Ow.
Amen.
Oh. Wait, so you still CrossFitting? Getting the gains?
Yeah, I finally lost my Africa weight, which was nice.
Oh.
It took a year too. But yeah, I'm still CrossFitting. Still doing that. I just started going to a new gym. It's like everything I need is like within half a mile from my new apartment, so it's been really good. This gym is a block away from my church, and the church is 4 blocks from my house. So it's good. I just started there this month, so 2 weeks ago, and I've been CrossFitting back home and teaching a little bit too.
Yeah.
But still CrossFitting, because I weighed more, I was lifting more. But
Whoa, see, there you go.
yeah,
Fitting's
but
the best.
cardio gets affected.
Well, yeah. It's
Yeah.
like as soon as you can like lift super heavy and then you just get slow and sluggish. But I
can't
mean, you
move
can
your
pick up
legs
really
to run
heavy
a mile.
things, and so you're like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
For the rest of the world out there, like half a mile is about 0.8 kilometers.
For the rest of the world. Well, except if you're in Sweden, half a mile is 50 kilometers. So. Because I guess they have their own miles there.
Reoccurring joke. Oh.
Missed that one from the last show?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'll have to
Out of
listen
the
to Joel
loop.
to get that one.
Yeah, you have to listen to that
Oh,
one.
frick.
Wait for it.
I'll go back.
Boom,
I'm
there's
stoked.
a plug.
Oh, man.
That's funny.
Should we just like start each episode now with like a joke, and then you're like, oh, wait till the end for the punchline. But then
I don't think people are gonna listen just for that.
no. Then we'll put it in the middle, so they can't just skip to the end and hear the punchline.
Yeah. Don't know where it's gonna end up.
One of those find the punchline jokes.
I would kill you guys. I would hate that so much.
Oh.
Yeah.
That'd be so funny.
Especially if it's one of Brady's jokes. And you're like, it doesn't even make sense towards the end.
Yeah, that's the thing. I get to say anything as the punchline. People can be like, well.
Yep. That's usually our reaction. Well, there's that.
Oh yeah, when you had all the boys on the podcast. That
Oh,
was fun.
the bird of boys.
Crazy guys.
Yeah.
Wild weekend.
They were there all weekend? The intro to that was so funny.
Yeah, we all
What
stayed
is
at Justin's.
happening?
Well, I know. Like, what was it? It was just me and Brady were hanging out at Justin's house, and then like everyone just started showing up. It was like weird.
Yeah. We're like,
Okay,
Justin, what are
whatever.
you doing here?
Yeah, I have no idea why Justin was there.
Yeah.
That's funny.
These things, Lord works in mysterious ways.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yep. But no, Julie, tell us, like, so you're at this working with the church. What's that all about? What's your position there?
Okay, I love my church so much. I really want Jason to come be a pastor. Jason, are you listening?
Shout out to Jason.
Yeah, it's called Vintage Church LA, Los
Sounds
Angeles. It's kind of hipster.
Do you have to be old or hipster?
I mean, what? Old or hipster? You can be both.
Do you have to
Old
like
and
sriracha?
Ooh, on your record player.
That's gross. It's like all chemicals. Anyway, what was your question?
You were talking about your vintage hipster church?
Oh yeah. So it's really cool. It's super international. The pastor is English and his wife is Australian, and there's more non-Americans on staff than there are Americans. I think there's like 3 Americans now when they hired me, 3 or 4 of us. And I'm the connections coordinator.
Ooh. Does that mean you set people up on dates?
Dates with the Lord. No,
Oh, you heard it
no,
here
I
first.
don't.
Just love that.
Yes.
You want a date with the Lord?
Um, that's funny. No, so I do both front end and back end data like connection. So like when people are first timers at the church, we'll have them like enter into our database. So I do the whole database side of it. And then I'll host like first step lunches or membership dinners and like, oh, you aren't in a community group. Let me help with that. Or um, and I also yeah, so it's a lot of that. And then I also am with that. I'm an assistant to the assistant pastor. So anything he does, I kind of do too. Kind of coordinate with and for him. So
Oh wow,
yeah, it's just
you're
been
actually
good.
like super involved. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
So
No, it's a full time. Hmm.
like assistant to the assistant pastor, would that make you like the Dwight Schrute of the church?
What? I don't want to be the Dwight Schrute of anything. Um,
Okay, my bad, my bad. I'm a big Dwight Schrute fan. Sorry.
My bad, my
oh. No, I'm
bad.
no. So I love Dwight Schrute too. No, so I don't even. Actually, he's not called the assistant pastor. He's called the pastor of ministries.
Okay.
Um,
Oh,
and I'm
you're the
kind of like the
assistant of
like
ministries.
supporting. Sure. Yeah. I mean, my title is connections coordinator, but
You could like make it
a
sound like
lot.
super
I also,
cool.
when you work, yeah, when you work at a church, you do everything really.
Yeah,
Well,
it's true. You get like, a lot of extra jobs than what there's no
Yeah.
job description.
Yeah.
Just
Totally.
do everything.
But it's all very good. Yeah. That's kind of my personality anyway, so it worked out super well.
Oh. Oh man, that's so cool though.
Yeah. Loving it.
Oh, definitely like all that doing like the church work and stuff's like actually so much fun. It's because it's like I love like
Yeah.
that environment because it's like I don't know, similar to the YWAM. Just kind of when you
Yeah.
have something like that you can do, and then when you go and like do lots of other parts of life, it's like you can always go back and kind of get like refilled again, rejuiced up, and then you like go back out into your work week, and then it's easier.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
get
it is. Yeah, it's nice to be in a Christian environment, for sure. I think like I very much need that. I'm not good at not um, being in that.
what's still
you,
sick.
I
Yeah.
totally feel that too. Like the whole like I don't know if I'll end up doing like full-time ministry or anything, but I totally like agree with that fact. Like it's so much easier to like us people say like, oh, we shouldn't all be pastors and missionaries and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, like you can do a normal job, but like for so many people, like that's just like instrumental to them like staying like straight in their faith walk and just like really being good in their walk with God is just like totally helps to be in that environment all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, even if you
it's
have
true.
doing like the regular job all the time, it's like you still have to have that. Like I think everyone needs to have like a group of like Christian friends or like like almost like mentors or something.
Yeah.
Because you always got to
Yeah.
go back and like because if you're just by yourself, then it seems like you're gonna get worn out. Like you gotta have that buddy, the buddy system. Go in
Yeah.
twos, right?
Will you be my buddy? Yeah.
Do you have your preaching buddy?
Where is that from? Preaching
Preaching buddies. No, Finding
Well,
Nemo.
like, do you have your
buddy?
exit buddy when they're on the Great Barrier Reef?
Oh, okay. Oh, I miss you guys. I miss you guys quoting movies.
Pixar references all day.
Yeah.
All we know.
Uh,
I learned English from watching
Incredibles.
movies, so that's all I can quote.
Do you think Phil listens to this podcast?
Oh, I don't know. We tried to get him one time.
Phil?
Yeah, right? But
Yeah.
Oh
he was
heck no,
busy
no,
at
there's no way he
school.
listens to this.
Yeah, I don't think he does.
Think about how many times he told me to stop talking in Africa, and think about him taking time out of his day
Yeah.
to listen to me. I don't know, like it's not a bad thing. It's just I don't suspect he's tuning in right now. But
So
if
yeah,
you're out there, Phil, I'm
We
always
love
here.
you.
shout out to Phil. Hit me up.
Oh.
Let's have you on the next episode.
Funny.
Oh,
That's
what a
funny.
man.
What a man.
Oh no.
I say that in my mind all the time. And
Uh,
sometimes I want to say it out loud, but I hold my tongue.
totally just like use it randomly sometimes.
Yeah.
It comes up a lot.
Something will
I think
happen. I'll just be like, "What a man."
Yeah.
Caitlin's probably the biggest fan of that word, that phrase.
I loved that saying. Yeah. I really like when I said it to Darcy, like it was so serious. And then Caitlin thought it was like the funniest thing in the world. But I was like, it was just a rough day. Um, and then Darcy was just such a man, and he already had his luggage bag on, and then he picked mine up, and I was so impressed.
For anybody who wasn't there, Darcy was essentially wearing four like fully packed backpacks on himself with bags in his hands, and just looked like a pack mule of a man. And Julia just could not contain her impressedness.
Yeah,
so
I wish that's what happened.
each podcast, there's going to be a couple more bags added on.
Ooh.
I think it was like,
Next
I think I had
time.
everyone's pack on my back.
Come to me and I'll make your burdens light. And Darcy's just like all of the bags on him. That could be good. I like that.
Just
Yeah.
wrecked all outreach.
It's fun.
But yeah, no, Julia. Now that you're like, now that you're at like one of the greatest seminaries like in the known universe, like how does that compare with like our little old like YWAM? The classes and the people there and such. What's the
Yeah.
vibe? Does it feel similar?
No, not at all. YWAM is so special, and like what we did in that, like what we learned and what we experienced in our little classroom, you can't do anywhere else, I think. But yeah, a seminary is much different. It's just like a classroom, tons of reading, like tons of research. So it was interesting because this class that we just did, or that I just did, was a class on community, and like that is like it was somewhere where we learned about community, but what we did at YWAM, like we did community really quickly, really well.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, so it was just like I didn't like not one person in that class have I kept in contact with. Nor like do I have, well, I do, like there were some really amazing people in there, and I absolutely loved it, like I said, but it was not like, we weren't living together, and we weren't like we studied separately, and then we brought that to class, and I would only see them once a week.
Yes, like you don't
So
get to know people on the same level as when you spend like literally 24/7 with the same people. Oh,
yeah.
oh, we're at the 30 seconds. 30 seconds before we go over our 30-minute mark.
Oh, bummer. It was already that long?
Yeah, it's already the half an hour.
Time flies when you're
having fun.
Yeah.
Oh, quick, throw out a shout out.
All right. I love you all. I hope everyone's doing well, and call me sometime else. You guys should call me back so we can talk more.